I really think that it is part of our myth-making culture, and I don't think that anything that tries to eradicate this box will ever succeed. You know, it has changed our consciousness as a people, as human beings, in ways that my grandmother's generation could never imagine. How you present yourself in the media eye makes a huge difference now. It doesn't even matter what the platforms are, you know? Everybody wants to know why Al Gore looks like a wooden schmuck, you know? Why is he coming off so awkward, you know? Whereas W is up there going, hey, keg party for the nation, you know? And everybody's like, let's vote for him, you know? Woohoo! And it's ridiculous. I mean, because when you look at their platforms, it's ridiculous, and he's in office!
So, I mean, what do you think television's effect is, like, on politics, like, on our political system?
Not enough. Only because the average man that it should be affecting to make choices and make decisions won't get up off his lazy butt after he's made these decisions and do anything about it as far as voting or participating. There are a lot of news shows and documentaries and even television shows that try to show the good points and bad points of our system and make you stop and realize, but they say, oh yeah, you're right, politicians are crooks. Who are we voting for this year? Oh, I don't know, just they know, but they just don't respond or react to it. So I don't know that it influences the average man that much. Having been raised in a time period when there was less television, and as a child with no television, every day you were up and you were outside. You did something outside. You learned to play by yourself. You learned to have an imagination. The men of my age and my period now said, well, I use my imagination. I'm pretty tired. There's nothing out there I haven't done. So yeah, I'm going to park my butt here on the couch and watch the football game and watch the news and watch a good cop show and be entertained for a few hours and kiss the wife goodnight and get up and go to work in the morning. And when there wasn't that choice, you had to find something to do. But as an alternative, it's much easier to sit here than just get in the car and go to the drive-in, which they don't have anymore anyway because we have TVs. It helped tell me what the American culture was. Hard-loving, hard-working, proud of their country. You know, see the USA in a Chevrolet, and there was the Texaco hour and stuff, and everybody was behind big industry, and it was paying their rent and paying their bills, and it was the 50s and early 60s, and it said, this is who we are, not just what we want to be, it's, hey, this is actually who we are. So it made me think, well, that's us. I am patriotic. By God, I do use their gas and smoke their cigarettes and drink their beer. I work in an industry where I work with a lot of young kids, and a lot of the young girls today, and even when I was young, and my mother and my wives and stuff were all soap opera addicts, and the emotionalism that they become involved in, they actually tend to carry over into their real lives and relationships. And of course it also influences standards of style and dress and dance and music and everything else in today's teenagers. In general, it's just an escape from working a 12, 13-hour day, come home and just get away from all the other things, and as opposed to taking Valium, you just take a TV. So I try to watch shows that are bland, that help numb my mind. There are once in a while some movies or some of the drama shows that I watch for the emotional aspect of rooting for someone or not rooting for someone. And then there's the shows that I watch for the satire to see if anybody's on the ball and what's going on in the world today. Depending on the mood I'm in and what I'm trying to accomplish, there's some nights I just want to zone out. I'll have the TV and I won't even know what is on. It could be Nick at Night, it could be the shopping channel, it could be a pumping iron show, just it's background noise. Not necessarily that I'm watching it, just that it's on. Comparatively speaking, this is our best TV. This is our move up from the standard 13-inch we had for so many years. It's a large screen TV, 35 inches. Bought on a rent-to-own basis because you can't afford to buy one outright. We've had it for 2 years. Planning to have it for $50 for as much as I paid for it. But it's a nice size. It's bigger than we've ever had before. It's almost like having your own movie, so we're happy. All the accoutrements, VCR, DVD, game stations for playing every type of conceivable game, from Nintendo, Nintendo 2, Super Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, Dreamcast. They're all hooked up down there. They all have the same game also. You can play it on any one of the systems. So why you need $600 systems, I don't know. But we have them because it's technology and we need them.
There was an old show on HBO called Dream On with Martin Tupper, and throughout the show he would things would happen in his life and he would remember scenes from movies, and it was that's sometimes how I feel like it is, that'll happen sometimes. A lot of real life situations make me think of movie scenes, which is kind of strange. When people see what is being portrayed as real life, sometimes I do the same thing. I believe that I use situations from movies and stuff like that and kind of compare them to real life things.
Does that work out?
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Anytime the Wolfman comes around, I know what to do. I feel bad about watching TV when I'm watching commercials for some reason. I feel like it's sucking the life out of me. I want to change it or mute it or something.
Why don't you?
I don't know. Maybe it is sucking the life out of me and I can't get the energy to change the controller. I'm not sure. That might actually have something to do with it. But I just yell at myself while sitting there watching the television some more. Not yell at myself, but I'm like, what am I doing? This is pointless, and yet I'll just keep watching and flipping through the channels.
So you think you're addicted or something?
I wouldn't say addicted, but I feel like maybe it's out of boredom that I do it. Maybe it's just it's giving me instant something to do, something to occupy my mind and my time. But I don't think I'm addicted.
Why don't you go outside and take a walk?
I think about that a lot too. Yeah, I really don't know if I can answer that question. I should take more walks.
But you don't?
No, I don't.
Why do you think other people watch TV instead of taking a walk?
Probably for the same reason, out of boredom, something to occupy their mind with. They like to be kind of shown something as opposed to making something for themselves.
Do you think that's gonna ultimately doom us as a society?
Very possibly. I wouldn't say it would ultimately doom us, but it definitely has made our society much lazier. I think we have a lot of couch potatoes and whatnot, whereas I don't think that was necessarily the case, 60, 70 years ago. People were out doing lots of things. I think it's bad to constantly have material things thrown at you like that, because it makes you desire things all the time. You see things on television or on commercials and different things like that, and little kids see the G.I. Joe and they're like, I want that, I want that. It's like you don't want or need that. Really, you just see it and you desire it. So I don't think it's a very good thing for people mentally, their mental well-being. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing to constantly be seeing that.